Namaste everybody. My name is Yogi Vivek Rawat and I am your pranayama teacher. We are going to learn the pranayama techniques, the different breathing techniques in pranayama sessions. I hope you enjoy it. I hope you learn new things. Namaste. Namaste everyone. Welcome to the pranayama sessions. Again, let's start today's session with the chanting of Om 3 times. So be comfortable, sit in any cross-leg position, whichever is comfortable for you. Keep your spine straight, keep your posture well aligned, and close your eyes from there on. Bring your focus towards your breathing. Enjoy the flow of your breath. Now bring your palms together in front of your heart center. Inhale. Now be aware of the vibrations of this positive universal mantra. Rub your palms together. Generate some positive energy. And slowly take your palms on your eyes, your face muscles. Slowly reach your arms down. Open your both eyes. Now in today's video, we are going to discuss about this beautiful technique of pranayama, which is quite beneficial. So this is known as Nadi Shodhana. So if we dissect it into two terms, it becomes channel, to purify the channels. The channels are, we have approximately 72,000 channels inside our body, nadis, where the flow of prana, it flows. So there are so many benefits of this technique. This is also known as alternate nostril breathing. So the benefits, as you can see it reduces the stress and anxiety. It makes your nervous system calms and rejuvenated. It helps to balance the hormones, clears your respiratory channel so that you can breathe well. It infuses the body with oxygen, clears and releases the toxins as well. So there are so many benefits of this technique. Since you already know that we are not used to of that deep breathing, we are not used to of utilize our lungs and diaphragm properly. So this technique works on one nostril at a particular time of particular moment, and then we work on both nostrils. So there may be like some contraindications. So if we are like holding during the initial stage and holding it like for a long time, which can be like a bit harmful if we do it for a long time. It is not about any kind of competition that we hold the breath for 10 to 15 seconds counts or maybe like more than that. If you are not comfortable after that, that means you are kind of disturbing your natural pattern of the breathing, and which should not happen. So make sure that do not apply the holding or the bandhas unless you are not comfortable with the natural rhythm of your breathing. Firstly, try to observe that you are just regulating your breathing. Try to observe the natural pattern and then focus on the inhalation and exhalation. Try to increase the length of the both aspects. And then slowly, when you're comfortable, when you just think that you have, extended your breath very nicely for a long time. After that, one by one, you can apply the holding. And after very much practice of the holding, we tend to apply the bandhas. So it is that kind of sequence. So it goes that way, right? It is not something that you apply the bandhas directly, which is not going to provide you any kind of benefits. You are going to get exhausted after holding the breath, and which is not good. So about the holding and bandhas, and if you are suffering from any sort of fever, if you are exhausted, if you're not like comfortable, if you have any kind of flu as well, so in that case you can just avoid this. Otherwise, this technique has got so many benefits and less contraindications. It can be performed like every day, even like 2 times per day. It is very beneficial if you like very prone to get angry very oftenly. If you like these kind of problems occur in your life, so performing it for like just few rounds will definitely help you, and you'll feel the changes after that. You always, you might have noticed it that when we like our attitude changes, our pattern of the breathing is also like always changing. At that time, you'll feel that your breath is more shallow. It is not that kind of long, and you're kind of in a rush if you just observe your breathing. So why not regulate your breathing and change the attitude, change the behavior, change the energy? So there are 2 mudras which we adapt while performing this. These are like Nasagre mudra, Nasikagra or Nasigrahi mudra. This is your nose tip position. And the second one is Vishnu mudra. For some people, the first position, the first mudra, it sort of they are not comfortable with that mudra, so that you can go ahead for the second one, Vishnu mudra. So how are these? For Nasagri mudra, you need to just bend your right, like whichever arm is is your dominated hand, use that hand. Generally right is used. So bend your elbow and place your tip of the index finger and middle finger on your forehead for the first position, and use your thumb and ring finger for pressing and releasing the nostrils, right? Now the second one is Vishnu mudra. For that, you can just fold, you can curl in your fingers, your index and middle finger towards your base of the thumb, and your ring finger and small finger, they are like straight, and then you're using your thumb and your ring finger once again, right? So this is the position. I always suggest it to the people that it is not about that you're going to perform these pranayama techniques or like any sort of asanas for just a month or 2 months or 3 months, and then you say, okay, you have like gained mastery, or why I'm not getting perfection and like at those aspects. It doesn't go that way. You need to consistently perform it for a long time, and at the same time you need to be aware of some other things, some other factors, diet, your lifestyle, your asanas, shat karma, which I'll be discussing about that also. So many factors you need to be aware of, and then the practice of years, and then you start to feel change. It is not something like you practice it for just few days and then you say, okay, why I'm not feeling any kind of change. So it doesn't go that way. So how the step to do it? Firstly, always you need to take a comfortable position on your mat or like over a kind of blanket also. Make sure that your surrounding, the place is quite neat and clean, so that you're not feeling any kind of disturbance or even like noise pollution, any sort of. And you're just taking either Sukhasana, but if you're doing it for a long time, then Sukhasana is not a comfortable position. Then you can adapt some other postures, which I'll be discussing about that also. Padmasana, lotus pose, if you have already heard it, if you have already practiced it, then you can perform it with Padmasana or half lotus. Now for sit comfortably and keeping your spine straight. For those people who have any kind of lower back issues, they can take a chair as well. They can take a support of the wall as well. It is important to not get distracted in the posture or like while the practicing. So just be aware of your breathing. Stop any fluctuations, any kind of activities, the mind chattering. You can follow these commands while you are performing these techniques. And then just become aware of the natural flow of the breathing first. When you're totally aware of the flow of your breathing, then slowly you can start practicing yogic breathing also. So try to regulate, try to extend the length of your inhalation and exhalation. Then after that, you can bend your arm and then you can place your tip of the index finger and middle finger on your forehead. Firstly, try to exhale completely, empty your lungs. Then press the right nostril. Take a deep inhale from the left nostril. Then you can hold 1 or 2 seconds. Just take a 1 or 2 second pause. Then exhale from the right side. Again, breathe in from the right nostril. Press the right nostril, release the left one. Exhale softly through the left nostril. Now, for some people, while they are exhaling, they may not be feeling comfortable because they are just working on their one nostril. So they are kind of controlling it. So they can use their mouth as well. You can exhale through your mouth as well. And you can take your exhalation a bit longer than the inhalation. Now, just performing this for several rounds. Now, if you're a beginner, then it is good for you. You can do it for 5, 10, 15, 20 rounds, slowly increasing the rounds just with the comfort. But if you're, I would say, kind of intermediate practitioner, then of course you can apply the holding. But again, as I said, that firstly you need to be aware of the natural flow and then extending both inhalation and exhalation. And then applying the internal holding first. Like you can start it with 3 to 4 counts. Then again, like 5, 6, you can increase it. When at a point you feel, okay, now it's time to apply the external holding, it may take months. As I said, it is not about just weeks or days. Then you can apply the external holding as well. So you can apply equally like 4 time internal holding after the end of inhalation when you hold the breath inside, and 4 counts after the end of exhalation. Now, after the end of inhalation, when you are applying it for like just 8 to 9 or 10 counts maybe in the future with a nice comfort, then you can apply the bandhas. So firstly, apply the Mula Bandha, and always the Uddiyana Bandha, it tends to get influenced by Mula Bandha. So a little contraction around your lower belly, it will occur. So you can apply Mula Bandha and your throat lock, your Jalandhar Bandha together, and you can hold the breath inside. But make sure whenever you're doing it, you're not kind of putting so much pressure. Like some people, when they put the bandhas, they apply the bandhas, they also contract their other muscles like face muscles, and they're kind of, very much stuck. There are some muscles which certainly get contracted, but it is not about the whole body. You're not like kind of, disturbing your energy. So it is important to understand that when is the time that you are going to increase the counts and you are going to apply the bandhas. So firstly, the abdominal lock, the Uddiyana Bandha, it has a great influence when you apply it after the exhalation. After the inhalation, it is a kind of, you'll have to struggle so much. So after the inhalation, you can apply the Mula Bandha and your Jalandhar Bandha. After the exhalation, you can apply all the 3 bandhas. You can also apply all the 3 bandhas while like after the inhalation and after the exhalation. But like it is about how to start. Firstly with Mula Bandha and throat lock, when you're feeling comfortable, when you're like without any kind of discomfort, you're holding it, then slowly in the future, you can change it, right? In that way, you can practice it. So you can practice it early in the morning and like around the sunset in the evening. Make sure that you haven't eaten any sort of food just before half an hour or like 1 hour before the practice. And after the practice also at least half an hour or 45 minutes. Do not drink water at least before 30 minutes of the practice and after also 30 minutes practice. It has got an influence over your hormones. So that's why we should avoid this kind of like any kind of food or water, any kind of liquid stuff. When you're performing it, just wear some light clothes so they're not disturbing you, some cotton clothes, not like nylon or tight clothes. These things of like these common things you should like keep it in your mind to gain the maximum benefits of the technique. So in this way you can practice it, and then you will definitely feel the positive changes and you can just implement it. I hope it is helpful, informative for you. Just practice this and feel the changes on your own, and just be practical towards every technique, every practice. So this is about Nadi Shodhana or alternate nostril breathing. So let's close the session again by the chanting of Om 3 times. For that, again, be comfortable, sit comfortably, become aware of the breathing. Join your palms together. Inhale. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Start rubbing your palms once again. Or bring your palms towards your face, towards your eyes. Absorb this. Release your both arms down. Gently open your eyes. So see you in the next session. Until then, enjoy, be safe, and just enjoy the benefits of all these practices. Namaste.